From Delphi's hallowed heart, where sacred fumes rose, a prophecy thundered, a chilling pronouncement. A terrible decree, echoing through ages, a king would father a son destined to murder him and marry his mother. What if every desperate choice, every frantic struggle, only tightened destiny's knots? Burdened by the oracle's chilling words, Oedipus tried desperately to outrun his doom. He fled his perceived home, thinking he could defy fate, yet with every determined stride he unwittingly walked deeper into his own undoing. Far from any city, at a lonely crossroads where ancient paths ominously converged, a dispute erupted. Inflamed by insults and reckless abandon, a brutal clash of anger and pride ensued. In a flash of rage, Oedipus slew an old man who had insulted him along with his guards. Oblivious to the cosmic irony, he had murdered King Laius, his own father, the very man he was fated to kill. But fate's wheel spun on, guiding him to the Sphinx, the dread Riddler guarding Thebes. Her riddle had devoured countless lives, choking the city in fear and despair. Oedipus solved her enigma, breaking her curse, and saved Thebes. Hailed as hero, the grateful city offered him its throne and the hand of Queen Jocasta. Thus, with chilling inevitability, the ancient prophecy completed its horrifying circle. Oedipus married his own mother, Jocasta, fulfilling the oracle's curse despite his every desperate, well-intentioned effort. Destiny had woven his life into ultimate tragedy. His story stands as a chilling testament to fate's unyielding grip, a stark warning etched into time. It asks a terrifying question. Were his choices his own will, or merely predetermined steps on a cosmic path? The ancient Greeks knew this terrifying truth through the Moirai, the divine fates. Three primordial sisters, older than Olympus itself, they wielded absolute power, spinning, measuring, and cutting the thread of every mortal life. First, Clotho, the spinner, began life's thread at birth. The Chesis, the apportioner, then measured its length with unwavering precision, determining duration, fortunes, and destiny. Her measurements were absolute. Finally, Atropos, the inflexible, silent and stern, weighted with unyielding shears. With a single snip, she severed the thread, bringing life to its inevitable end. Not even the mighty Olympian gods could defy their will. Even Zeus, king of the gods, bowed before the fates' supreme authority. Their decrees were the immutable fabric of the cosmos, older than Olympus, more potent than any divine whim. Their will was universal law, an unshakable order. Cassandra also knew the crushing weight of predetermined doom. A prophetess of Troy with terrifying foresight, Cassandra saw Troy's fiery fall, her own death, and her people's destruction. But Apollo cursed her for her scorn when she rejected his advances, so no one believed her prophecies. Her truth was dismissed as madness. She saw the inevitable truth, screaming it to deaf ears, but was utterly helpless to change it. Her visions were not a gift of free will, but an agonizing, inescapable preview of what must be, an eternal torment. She was merely a witness to fate, not its master, bound by its unyielding script. These ancient myths compel an unsettling question. Is human agency nothing more than an elaborate illusion? Are we actors in a grand cosmic play, reading a script written eons ago, our lines dictated, our movements choreographed? This ancient tension between fate and freedom lives in our modern human experience. We strive, meticulously plan futures, and dream of possibilities, believing in our power to shape tomorrow. Yet, in awe or despair, we speak of destiny, of meant to be, when events unfold inexplicably beyond our control. Perhaps the power of these ancient tales lies not in their elusive answers, but in the profound and timeless existential questions they provoke. They are a timeless mirror, reflecting our deepest fears and transcendent hopes. They remind us that while the cosmic loom tirelessly weaves its patterns, our human spirit, in its pursuit of meaning, finds defiance in the inevitable. We may not choose the initial thread, but how we engage with its length. We can decide how we truly feel the texture of our allotted time, interpret its triumphs, and endure its sorrows, how we engage with its challenges. The myths tell us fate is vast, ancient, often cold, and unyielding. But within that immense vastness, perhaps a sacred space exists. A tiny radiant ember where our choices, however small, burn with individual light. This ember represents our true agency. This persistent ember, this quiet flame, represents our true agency, our intrinsic value. This sacred fire of individual will, flickering against cosmic destiny, remains humanity's most profound mystery. Perhaps, in that persistent flicker, we find our greatest solace, that even in a predetermined universe, our spirit finds a way to shine. After fate's unseen hand, when gods wove your destiny, what would you do first in that situation? Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Like if this was worth your time. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see next.